Hey, DIY Duke here in the continuing process of building a bathroom in the basement. Went ahead and finished all the framing, and we talked about building a soffit around this furnace duct, which is done. And that will sheetrock around. We'll put a vent in here, which we can direct. It's actually a floor vent, but it can direct the heat. Good enough. It was cheap at the local hardware store. We went ahead and put the backing in for the drywall. What we'll do is we'll hang the lid first, which sheetrockers call the ceiling. We'll come down here, do the back wall, and then move our way out and connect here. We'll have a butt joint there. Framing's done. Awesome. Next step was the wiring. That wasn't tricky at all. It's pretty simple. We just used the existing power that was here. Went ahead and just temporarily wired that in. There'll be a ceiling light fan here. And then over here we wired in two lights that'll go over the vanity. There'll be a mirror here, and this is the vanity that'll go there. Pretty simple. There'll be a ground fault outlet here, which is wired into our old panel box direct. Whenever you do wiring, it's always good to just go ahead and strip your wires and tuck them in there. And then that keeps them out of the way of the drywall. The boxes are set for a 1/2-inch sheetrock. Here, we just temporarily wired the switch in, so that's live. You got to remember that those wires are hot. As well as we added this one for some lights coming down into the hallway. Wiring's done. Just want to explain a little bit about an old circuit panel. These are obviously super old. I'm going to go ahead and wire this one into this slot. That'll be a 20 amp circuit. That'll go to operate the ground fault and this other plug-in. There'll be another circuit here which will come in here. This will be the last of the wiring, which will go for the macerating toilet, which we're going to use in this basement bathroom. Also, those circuits aren't available locally at the hardware store, so we'll have to get those somewhere else, but we'll add a couple there. So next step is the plumbing. We're going to go ahead and use plastic line, the PEX. I've never used it before. I've always used copper and sometimes had to use galvanized. We're going to use the PEX. There's a couple options and tools. This is the crimp cinch clamp tool, and this is just the copper ring tool. I'm going to be using this one. Seems to be a little faster. I know people will use both in some applications, but that one seems to me to be the better way to go. We'll find out. We're going to add a couple valves over here on the water heater so we can shut the water off to this bathroom and turn it on when we need it. We're going to shut the main water off to go ahead and put these in. Plumbing, electrical, framing, those are kind of the difficult parts. Then when we get past that, we're down to some of the finish work, the drywall, the taping, the texturing, and then adding all those last minute things like tile and those kind of things. So we'll go ahead and start the plumbing, get that finished. We got to order a toilet, and we got to order a shower. We went to pick a shower up, and they didn't have, we wanted the clear glass one. They didn't have that. We're going to go with the cheaper shower. The ratings are low, but we're going to try to reinforce a little bit. We're going to have to hold up the shower pan because we have to put a trap down there. That's going to go over there and all tie into this macerating toilet. And then that's going to grind everything up and shoot it right into our main waistline, which is here. So we're getting there. Day by day, little by little. That's the way it goes sometimes. It's just like, however, if you're doing it yourself, you don't have to wait on anybody. Sometimes you have to order things and stuff like that, but being involved in construction for a lot of years, oftentimes people, homeowners, if they're putting a bathroom in, they got to wait for the electrician to show up. They got to wait for the plumber to show up. They got to wait for the framer, the drywaller, the people doing the tile, all that. If you do it yourself, you're just going constantly. And to me, that's a better way to go. You don't have to wait on anybody. So, till next time.